This will probably be the first time in a while that I'm doing my, like, checking in on my budget planner in real time instead of doing like a voiceover. But I was just going to fill out a couple things. Yeah, I've decided to get back on to doing like the decorative budgets because I'll say since my February budget, I honestly have not been great at keeping up with my budget, and I can tell that I've been like spending more money than I should, not just even with eating out purchases, but also with business expenses like buying new tools, equipment, and just planner supplies. I've kind of been like letting loose. August was the first month that I've actually really sat down and, you know, stayed updated and on top of my budget. And I'm being lenient of all the spending and splurging that I was doing in August so that I could better like create a budget more fine-tuned for me instead of like trying to stretch every dollar like I was before. You know, now I'm at a point where I can kind of be a little bit more I don't know what the term I'm looking for, but I can be more lenient in how I spread my budget out. Not too much, but I guess I just need to tweak it, and I need to get back to actually doing my budget and figuring those things out. So first thing I'm gonna start with, you can see I did the whole apple orchard theme, just trying to do something more simple this month. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill out things that are happening this month and things that might be happening out next month. So part of I'm not gonna be writing this in order. Like in August, I realized that trying to do everything in order kept me from staying on top of my budget, because I don't know why. If trying to keep everything in chronological order was just kind of stressful, because I would go like days without updating my expenses or updating something, and then having the dates all out of place kind of bothered me. So in August, my main focus was to just make sure I wrote it down, and that actually ended up working for me. So I'm just going to continue with that idea, just make sure that I write everything down. So for the month of September's gonna be kind of busy, which I'm excited about, you know, in a lot of good ways. So I'm gonna do like these little leaves for the bullet points, and as I accomplish them, I'll just color them in like I used to do. So for the first thing for the month of September, on September 20th at my job, we're doing a beach cleanup. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna take us to the beach, but we're just gonna be like cleaning up the beach for like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. I signed up to try kayaking. I've never done anything like that, but you know, new experiences, and I'm trying something new. So I think what they're gonna have me do, like since I'm doing kayaking, is actually just paddle around in the water and pick up trash. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, because the last time I tried to get in a boat, which was probably like a year or so ago, I don't think I did very well. I think I got seasick. But you know, I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a shot. I mean, obviously, if I get seasick again, I'm hoping they're not going to force me to go into the water, and I can just like stay on the beach and help clean up there. But you know, if not, that would make for a great story time. But yeah, on September 20th, we'll be doing the beach cleanup. And then that following week, it's going to be a lot of firsts happening in September, because that following week, September 26th through October 2nd, I'm actually going to be going to visit some family in Ohio, my uncle and all that stuff. This is going to be my first time getting on a plane, because up until now, all of my trips have been on the road or local. So flying on an airplane, that's another new thing. September is just a month of newness, apparently. And I guess this would be fun to mark that September 23rd is the first day of autumn. And autumn is actually my favorite season. I love autumn. I love like the color of the trees. I love the breeze, the temperature. Autumn is like my favorite season ever. Yeah, I like autumn. Next month, for the month of October, besides, coming home from Ohio, I don't really, let me see, July, August, September, October. I think my P.O. box is going to be due in October, so I'm just going to tentative, because I'm not entirely sure, but I think my P.O. box is going to be up for renewal. And at the moment, that's all I can think of. So this, maybe I'll fill this out more as the month goes on. Maybe I'll add more stuff to it as the days pass by. I'll just like color it in to see what I accomplished. And then I guess I'll go ahead and like fill in my bills. Now lately, like I said, I haven't been keeping on top of my budget, but whenever I do, I don't use stickers anymore. I don't do like the little sticker labels that I used to do. Like I really would get into it. I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. I'm plain Janing it and just like drawing it, doing simple things, just small things that would keep my attention, but not so extravagant that it makes me like dread doing it. So I'm just going to write in my bills with like some colorful, with some of these Erin Condren dual tips. And I still have not got I haven't gotten any new stuff from Erin Condren, like at all. Honestly, you probably can tell I haven't really been into my planner. Like I haven't been using it. I haven't been interested in planning supplies. I really don't know what I've been interested in blogging. I went back to doing all that kind of stuff and getting back into setting up my shop. That's where my attention has been. That's where I've been. So when I do write in my bills, I just I hand letter them in now, because I don't really look at it. I don't really pay much attention, so I don't want to spend all that time setting it up, and I'm not really gonna look at it anymore. So rent is due on the 1st, always. I actually don't have all the due dates for my bills, so I'm just gonna write down the ones that I do have a due date for, which would be yep, and this is basically how I've been doing my budget. I do it like this like every other month, but the problem was like I would set it up, like I set it up for every month, but I never came back to it. I never like stuck to it. And I know some of you are probably gonna cringe, you're gonna flinch when I say this, but after this year I really do feel like decorating my budget does help me stick to it, because I decorated my budget for August and I found a way to stick to it. I found a way to update it constantly. I understand it's not that way for everybody. I completely get that. But on this side we also have the water bill. The water bill. And YouTube. That's on this. Okay. On this side we have Adobe. My Adobe account is still running strong. Okay, all this stuff I need to get due dates for. I need to log into them to see. And on this side I said YouTube, which I believe is on the 6th. And that is all I know so far. That is all I know so far. So before I switch over to the next page, let me see how much time I have. I have 7 minutes left. Maybe I can use that up. So on this next page, I believe the camera cut off on me when I was setting up this page, like after I colored it. And so you didn't really miss anything. All I did was like letter some titles on some sticker paper, and then I cut them out. So I have a priority section, a forgotten things section, and a vacation section, all of which should be self-explanatory. Priorities, I did this in August, and I really liked having this section. Basically I just wrote down a lot of like you know, things specific to September that was happening. Like I had like trials expiring that I wanted to make sure I canceled. I had like oil changes I had to do, still have to do actually, for my car, and like other appointments and just stuff I wanted to be mindful of. This section was actually really helpful to have. So I added a forgotten things section because through the month of August there were a couple things that I forgot that I needed to pay for or forgot to cancel, and you know, it caught up with me. So I'm going to incorporate this section for this month, and vacation is self-explanatory. This is just stuff I want to make sure I have, make sure I pack. I still have to get like a luggage set and all that stuff, and probably do some more research on how to calm my nerves when I get on the plane. Stuff like that. And I'm just going to put that down here in this section. Now, do I have any priorities to put down here? Oh yeah, I do have a priority. I do have a priority. I want to make sure I cancel my audio blocks, music subscription. I only downloaded it because there was some songs I wanted to use it, but I don't think I need it for like, you know, months and months on it. I don't think I need to pay the full subscription because I literally only wanted to use like 2 songs, 2 30-second songs. So I have that. I'm gonna put that down here. I need to buy luggage. This priority is to pay down music. Music is the name of one of my credit cards. It's a secured card, but I'm using it in order to rent a car for when we go up to Ohio, and I want to make sure like I have a balance large enough to be able to hold what the cost of the rental will be. Plus I kind of researched, and it said like the facility might put like a $200 hold on your card, so just to make sure I have that whole balance, like enough for it to get in there. I want to do that. Also, I wanted to increase the credit limit. I have a music is a secured credit card, so I just wanted to go ahead and increase the limit. It's not any big balance or anything, but I just wanted to go ahead and increase the limit. I'll probably add like $100 or $200 extra dollars to it, just to make sure that things are taken care of. So that is that for vacation. I want to buy luggage. Obviously, we don't have anything to write in the forgotten things section because we're still in the middle of writing out the budget. Hopefully we don't have too much to fill over there. That's my hope. So I'm just gonna keep moving over here. Now, to kind of dress it up a little bit, what I did last time was just kind of color. Did I want to use this color? Yeah. Whatever. And all I did was just like highlight all the way down. I don't know if I have that many bills. Maybe I do, because I've been shopping something serious this month. So serious. I got these new artist fine tip artist pens. These are by Derwent. I really like these too. I got these from Joann's, and I've really been like into them. I don't think they're really any different from like the Faber-Castells, but it's nice to switch it up a little bit. So I have my rent due September 1st as usual. Duke Energy bill due sometime, I don't know. Have my AT&T phone bill. That's due sometime the first week. Probably sometime before the 10th. I don't know. I have to check all that stuff. We also have Microsoft, which is on the 10th. CenturyLink, sometime around the 15th. That's all I know. Water bill, and that's on the 15th. Oh, YouTube. That should have been earlier, but see, I'm not writing anything in order, so it doesn't matter anymore. Adobe is coming on the 18th. Renter's insurance, I want to say that's on the 20th, but I'm not entirely sure. Key search is something that I use for my business, and that, I want to say that's around the 20th too. My FICO, because your girl is actually trying to build up her credit score, and that is sometime around, I don't know, I gotta find all of these bills, and I still have more. I think Amazon was it. Amazon Prime. I want to say that was it for bills. use it for bills. Yeah. Okay, so down here, I'm gonna put down, gonna highlight these sections. These are for my credit cards. So I have 3. I have Pagoda. I name my cards, okay? I name everything in my life, so whatever. So I have Pagoda, Izzy, and Music. Those are the only 3 I have. And I guess I'll write down how much I want to pay. No, I'll still write the due date down there, and then I'll write down how much I want to pay, and then I'll write down how much I end up paying. That's how I do that, because I actually use the credit cards for budgeting, because I don't know, it's hard. I think that's part of the reason why I wasn't keeping up with my budget, because I was just doing cash, like literally all cash, and it was like hard to kind of keep up with all the receipts and remember what I bought and this and that. So that's kind of the reason why I invested in credit cards. The second reason I invested in credit cards was, you know, if you've watched the video that I did about my bank account being hacked by my previous bank, that also had a lot to do with why I wanted to get a credit card, to kind of like have that fraud protection on purchases, especially like big purchases, because I knew I was going to start making more purchases on electronics and technology, because I wanted to start investing in better equipment for my business. And I think it's just better to kind of put that on a credit card and then pay it off. So that's how I've been doing that, but still got to factor it into the budget. That's why I like using it for my variable expenses. Now, as for this column, as usual, I'm not going to like disclose any of my bill numbers. I just don't want to. So if you're not into that, I'm pretty sure you're like 75% into the video, so my apologies, but you won't get any of that here. So I don't want to use colors. I'm really into using colors, you know. Really into using colors. I think we'll use the green one. So I'm not gonna write down like any of my expected income or anything like that. I'll do that after I get off this video with you all. For expenses, so for gas. Now, I think from August, I see, it's kind of hard to kind of see it from August, because I did a lot of stuff in August that I don't normally do. Hey, did I tell you guys that I almost got a dog again? And I decided against that, and I figured that if I'm not gonna, since I'm not gonna get a dog now, I probably won't ever get a dog, or at least for like, not for a few years. I don't feel like having that kind of responsibility. I love animals, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like them relying on me and depending on me to take care of them. Like, I don't have the patience for that right now. So, but he was cute. He was so stinking adorable. But I say that to say that I did a lot of driving, and I spent a lot more in gas than I normally do. So I've been giving myself a budget of about $140. I have a gas guzzling car, so I thought that would be enough, and it is. But I think I tend to use about $120, and I'm thinking, because most of that gas is used, you know, commuting to and from work, and then like the last week of September I'm going to be off, plus we have the day off on Labor Day, and you know, stuff like that. So I don't think I'm going to need gas that much. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to play it safe and give myself $110. I'm going to give myself $110. For toll, I've been doing good with, I think I give myself about $80 a month because I use $20 every week. I'm probably going to end up investing in the Sun Pass that we have, so that I can get it cheaper. Because yeah, I used to spend like $60 worth of toll expenses, but that was when I was only working like 4 days a week. Now I'm back to working 5 days a week, and that's like an extra $8 every pay period. So yeah, we could probably spare some change that way. But I am gonna miss talking to the toll people. Like, the toll people are really cool. They're really cool. They're really nice people. You should talk to your toll people. They have some interesting stories. For grocery, now grocery I've actually been doing really well with. I've noticed that I use $50 per week for grocery, and what I do is primarily most of that $50 I buy food that I can keep at work, because you know, most of my time is spent at work. I do most of my eating at work, so I feel like, you know, if I buy myself snacks and things that I can keep at my desk, keep in the refrigerator to cook or whatever, it takes less stress off of me trying to figure out what can I cook at home, and then you turn around and you make this lunch and then you turn around and forget it. That's been my issue. And also, I don't really like to cook like that. I get into a moment where I like to cook, but I like to cook, but I don't like to cook. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is $50, I take that and I buy like breakfast, lunches, dinners, or whatever, and snacks that I can keep at work. So that might be things like bagels, instant oatmeal, the little breakfast bowls that you can heat up. I'll probably make like tuna fish, and I'll keep like a bag of pretzels or those little individual bags like at my desk or whatever. I'll buy chocolate because I love chocolate. I'll get like Reese's cups or Kit Kats or something, and I'll keep them at my desk, and it keeps me from going to the vending machine and going out to eat, and it also keeps me from snagging anything on the way home. It's really good, and it really helps me stay within my budget. So with all that was a mouthful, but with all that being said, I'm going to give myself a grocery budget of $200. That's $50. Well, maybe I didn't think that through. I'm going to go ahead and go with $200. That's $50 per week. The extra $50 towards the last week, I guess I'll just make it eating out or something when we go visit family. Personal money is an automatic $120. I have it auto paid from my check, so it deposits automatically to a different checking card that I have, and that card is primarily for personal spending. So if I want to splurge, if I want to get anything for myself, I can just use that card and not feel bad about it. This card it's saved me quite a bit of time. But moving on. Now for business, I don't have my calculator, but I don't think, let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. So 110 plus $80 plus 200 plus 120. I might have to forego business. I'll have to see. Eating out expenses. Should I give myself anything for eating out? I'm gonna give myself $60 for eating out. miscellaneous stuff is going to, I know miscellaneous is going to include the luggage, and I seen a luggage set that I wanted to get off of Amazon, but it was like $150. It was like $150. I don't know if I want to get that. Maybe I could find something cheaper, but I'm gonna budget for that. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. $150. And then everything else, I'll come back to it and see what I come up with. But that's kind of it. That's kind of it. And then from there, I'm going to fill out the rest of this, obviously, off camera. But then I also have, like, my saves and stuff that I'm going to fill in after the fact. And then this is my, weekly check-in, for personal, eating out, grocery, gas, business, and unbudgeted. This looked terrible for August. Should I show you? You know what? We'll just see how I do in September. Should I do the weekly check-ins again? I probably should, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes of this, because actually, and that's something else I wanted to talk about. Like, I've got new stuff for my channel, but it's more like animation type stuff. So I'm just going to try to get back into animations. I got 3 minutes. That's all I need. But I was gonna start trying to get back into animations. I'm not waiting on my computer anymore because this computer sucks. I'm so over this computer, but I've been researching and looking up ways to try to like do animations on paper and just transfer it onto the computer. And I feel like maybe I found a decent way to do that. It'll probably take me forever, but at least I'm getting started on doing that. I don't know, maybe I can do like draw with me's and like just sit down and like draw different scenes or shots. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty excited, but I do know one thing. I'm getting back into blogging, so if I'm not here on YouTube, you could probably find me at Crazy Colorful Plans. I'm completely redoing my shop. I'm going to stay on topic and I'm going to close it out by saying thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around. If you've been a long time subscriber, I really appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on my next video, whenever that is. Bye.